Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks know they gotta have Game 5 to keep their season alive. Live from MSG, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat looking to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals back-to-back years. First quarter, it looked like Miami was about to do just that. Boy, you could hear a pin drop in MSG. But the Knicks had fight in them. Specifically, their point guard, Jalen Brunson, has solidified himself as the Knicks guy going forward with this game. He goes and one. Then Bam Adebayo gets sick of Brunson's stuff. He rejects him, and then the big fella runs the court and throws it down. Miami's up a point midway through the second. He moved the ball around. It ends up in the hands of Jimmy Butler, and he fades away. Miami now up by 3. Other end we go. Brunson's 3 is no good. Knicks got out-rebounded in Game 4. How about Mitchell Robinson on the board to get it to his guy in Game 5? And then, speaking of offensive rebounds, Bam! From Bam! Adebayo going back to work on the boards. Miami regains the lead, but not for long as Julius Randle nails the three-pointer right before the half. The Knicks gain some momentum as they go into the locker room. And the 3 started to fly in quarter number 3. 5 for 8 were the Knicks from the three-point line. You see Brunson nailing a couple. Randall's attacking the ball, finding his guy. It's Brunson again. R.J. Barrett had a 3 in this quarter. And then last but not least, it's Randall with a little jab step, nailing the 3 with Kevin Love in the vicinity. Knicks take a 16-point lead. Now, Miami could have easily mailed it in at this point and got ready for Game 6. But no. Not a Spoelstra team. Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry nailed 3s. And just like that, the Heat are down to single digits. And then Robinson nails another 3. It's a 4-point game. Just like the first quarter, you could hear a pin drop in the Garden, especially when Butler nails that deuce. We got a one-possession game, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the defense from Butler. The block on Barrett. It goes off of RJ. He nail a free throw. It's a 2-point game. Now here comes the Knicks. This is what they've been missing most of this series. Second chance points. It's Isaiah Hardenstein crashing the boards. But then here's some bad Knicks. With a minute 23 to go, R.J. Barrett's called for a 5-second violation. His team's still up 6, though. But here comes Adebayo. Bam, the throwdown. This game, though, came down to a couple of good looks for Kyle Lowry, and he was just unable to nail either of them. Knicks are going to hold on to the rock. And even you're going to see Randall here off the Mitchell Robinson missed free throw, just take it from Lowry, which kind of sums up Game 5. For the first time in a long time, the Knicks just wanted it more. See former Knicks great point guard John Starks greeting maybe new Knicks great point guard Jalen Brunson, congratulating him on the win as the Knicks keep their season alive with a 112-103 win. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly. I'm Mr. FERRO. A simple subscribe helps me get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers by the NBA Finals completion. All right, thank y'all so much for the love, the time, and the support. Enjoy the rest of the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
For Randall. The drive and kick. Grimes, extra. Brunson, got him. New York. Randall jab and jumper. Bounces in.
I want to give the New York Knicks a lot of credit for coming out and winning a Game 5 that they easily could have lost. Miami definitely made runs that you just thought in your mind, man, what an awful end to the season it will be for the Knicks to lose this game after going up 16 points late in the third against the Miami Heat squad that just seemed to be the better team, the more hardworking team. But, hey, give New York credit. They got to 6 games. They said, hey, either Miami's going to beat us on their home court or they're going to beat us in the Garden for a Game 7. And I think that New York Knicks fan base, New Yorkers are not, they're pretty savvy basketball people. I've had conversations with a lot of people in New York about basketball, and all things considered, they're probably some of the more savvier, smarter. They're delusional. Let's be clear about that. They're also delusional, but they understand the Knicks get into 7 games against the Heat. That's a win. That's a win. You take your win. That's improvement. You move on next year, and you go get a piece or two to figure this thing out, because they definitely need another piece. I think New York now knows that we don't have that one perimeter scorer that can also create when Brunson doesn't have it going. Now, good thing for New York, in Game 5, Brunson had it going. How about 38 points, played every minute of basketball available for the Knicks. Also, Quentin Grimes, give him a lot of credit. You know, Quentin had the responsibility pretty much of guarding Jimmy Butler from minute 1 to minute 48. And did he do a fantastic job? I can't say that, but definitely held his own and gave the Knicks a chance to win a game that they had to win. I also want to show some love to Julius Randle, who was much more efficient in this game, had 24 points, didn't take as many shots. You know, Julius is a guy that's been able to get to some of his spots. He just been able to put the ball in the basket when it's all said and done. Some of those were able to go down for him. I think he nailed 4 3-pointers, a big deal for New York. He had some timely 3-pointers, by the way, that just got that crowd to going wild. I want to swing over to Miami, though, and I want to give a little bit of blame to Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy lives in this little gray area of star to superstardom. He's right in between, somewhere between a star and superstar, and I think he likes it that way because he avoids a lot of criticism this way. You know, we gave Jimmy Butler a lot of credit against the Milwaukee Bucks, and he deserved it because he was phenomenal. He had a game that he goes for over 50, and what do he have, 40, I think 42, what do he go, 56 and 42. I think he averaged like 38 points against the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1, and he deserves a lot of credit because he put that team on his back. That wasn't about Miami, that was about Jimmy. Round 2 has been more about the team approach against the Knicks. And I'm just looking at the stats here, the box score from last night's game. 7 guys for the Miami Heat, 7 guys for the Miami Heat had between 10 to 13 shots. That includes all of their starters and 2 guys that came off the bench. Jimmy Butler, I think, had 12 shots. I'm not mad at Butler for taking his team approach. Only had 19 points. But it's like, man, come on, bro. The Jimmy Butler of round 1 would have put that game away. When they got it to within 3-point striking distance after Jimmy Butler nails that jump shot, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, he about to put this team on his back. 2 minutes and some change to go. Against Miami, against Milwaukee, he was giving them fits. Around that time, it was Butler time. And I thought Butler allowed Lowry to get a couple shots too many down the stretch. I'm not mad at the looks that Lowry got. I'm just saying I want the ball in the hands of my guy. I want Butler having the ball. And I think maybe, just maybe, this game was a little too much team approach from Butler. That game was up for the taking. He's already dealing with a bad ankle. Look, he would have gave himself a lot of rest. Look at that Sixers-Celtics series. We don't know where that bad boy is going. It could easily go 7. He would have gave himself some good rest. Now you got to go back to Miami, another flight, back to Miami and get ready for a Game 6 against a New York team that's honestly playing with house money. To me, I think the biggest pressure point for the Knicks was getting over Game 5. Not losing on their home court in 5 games was the biggest feat for the Knicks this year, and they did just that. Now I think all the pressure swings to a team that got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, got to 7 games, and lost in their home building against Boston. Now all the pressure's on Miami. And this will be the first time this postseason that all the pressure is on the Miami Heat to win a game. And I believe they will do it, but I just believe they could have won this one in the Garden. It was up for the grab. The Knicks were literally about to fold.